It's time to get underway already. Match number 1 for today, match number 7 overall. We are fully just on 17 teams. Furia will not be. What it is, no Furia. Which is, I mean, a little bit disappointing. I would have loved to have seen them, especially with Bestia, Liquid, and Friendly Fire joining us, but that's okay. As Beleda trying to get some quick shots. Push. No, not really. The other player is still down below, tries to go for the pre-nade, and is going to push forward, holding this angle in FPP. So, interesting to see. I think this is the better play here. Just to sit back and watch from here. There we go. Nubsky actually gets the opening knock onto Infinite Void with that nade. Gets the flush shortly afterwards, so Rezab picking up the first kill of this hut drop. Elsewhere on the maps, I didn't really see anyone else getting ready to hut drop, so it's just going to be Rezab and Nevermind at the beginning of this. Rezab in some dire need for the points. They're only at 14 after the first day yesterday. Nevermind, on the other hand, had 32, so they're in a decent spot to start today, but that doesn't mean you want to lose the first match. Alessa, how you doing today? Always good to be good. Trying to peek around, find any other angle onto people with Toolins is up on the second floor, giving his team probably some pretty precious info where everyone else might be. As Beleda pushes forward, gets a couple of shots onto Watulins, but Watulins is able to avoid it for now. Nubsky gets another knock. This one onto Watulins, so now it's up to Beleda to find out where everyone else is. He does spot out Skatastico, gonna go for some pre-fire shots, maybe wait for Nubsky to get a different angle. Skatastico is gonna spot him, but getting shot in the back by Fachita. Gonna throw the Molotov, trying to go up and over, but didn't quite make it there. Stun goes out, and Skatastico pretty blind from it, and it's Beleda from behind that gets the knock, so only one player left, and it is Craze. He's getting shot. Can't really see because of the sandstorm, but he does get the knock onto Beleda, so he gets a little bit of revenge onto one. Fachita is the one that finishes him off, though, and Rezab are able to take care of Nevermind, only taking a single knock. Very good for Rezab. They needed that. Nevermind, it's not the start you wanted, but just so long they recover in the next few games, they'll be absolutely fine. As Aura, they hear all of everything that Friendly Fire is doing. They are trying to deal with it as best as they can. Mira has kind of come in to backfill this fight if it starts to pop off. It might be in Friendly Fire's best interest to just drive out of here, and looks like that's exactly what they're gonna do. K-Mine does take a shot from Excalibur. One tire does get popped, and LFP1 gives the covering fire for Friendly Fire to retreat. Looks like we have a bomb. we go, just do that real quick. Ooh, Excalibur gonna be careful. 55, it looks like, gonna be the ones to take shots to follow it. As Biel gets a knock onto Maya as he pops in. Pablo gonna be the next one. The stun goes out. He doesn't find anything onto Pablo. A nade should come through. Biel in a good spot. Caspitan with the drive-by. That's 2 members for 7-Tellas down. Early in this one, definitely not the start they wanted. 10 points after our 6 matches yesterday. So they're gonna want a few more going today. They definitely played better on day number 2 yesterday, or last week. Not yesterday at all. That's a whole week difference. Yeah, so 7-Tellas, I played a little bit better in day 2 last week, getting 27 kills for themselves. They were not able to get quite as many on day 1, and that's why they're able to stay in Division 1, but it's not looking great for them right now in the bottom 4. Meanwhile, you have Aura in 16th place, and they were a day 1 team last week, so the fact that they're sitting on 11 points going into day 2 where they performed worse, it's not looking great. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Cerro Harros, they are in 15th place, tied with Razav for 14 points, but obviously Razav got the 4 earlier for that hut drop win. Cerro Harros, one of the teams that came in from Division 2, trying to work their way up along with, it was Foradores, we're all the way up in 6th place. And who are the other 2 teams? Was it Razav? Was Razav not here last week? Now I'm forgetting. For some reason, I just can't seem to remember. How dare I forget this precious information? I do not know why I can't remember who was here. Who wasn't. But for Monkey's men, they were here last week. Le Peaks had some good placement points in match number 1 of last week. He was able to rat his way all the way to a 2nd place, pick up an extra kill right before he went down. AKA, it looks like he's going to be right up against No Way. Long range nade is attempted, but doesn't find anything. And with where it exploded the first time, that second one, honestly, right on the tree, so if they hadn't backed up, that would have been a beautiful nade onto No Way, but they did the smart thing. They backed off and smoked their vehicles, so now they can try and drive out of here. Their other 2 teammates giving covering fire, and now they can hold AKA out if they try and come straight onto them, which wouldn't be the smartest choice. They have plenty of room to be able to just rotate around. So I imagine that is what we will see them do. Because there's no reason for them not to. Ooh, Roth. He got knocked here. I don't know how or by who, but it looks like he's going to get finished off as K-Mine and Michael tried to stop here. DNL does end up getting the flush. That vehicle is going to be stuck, and friendly fire going to be very dead to rights, I guess, is what's going to happen. They have nowhere to go. Like, what would they be able to do? You don't have anywhere to go? What's gonna happen? Probably nothing good. I can say that with some confidence. And now stun goes out from Pana and Razav. They've picked up a 5th kill, and they're trying to go for even more Lincoln on the backside. Depending on where they go, Cyril Harros may go straight into Pana's POV. Be able to very quickly dismantle them. Oh, but they're getting shot by Foradores. Covering fire coming out, and Foley does end up getting a knock onto Pana. Can Cyril Harros make anything happen with that? Oh, Lincoln trying to find the angle onto Nubsky. Wasn't quite in the right spot. Arrow going for a quick spray over towards Nubsky. Doesn't find anything, and it looks like Pana has just been picked up, put in the vehicle. They're just driving away, trying to regroup before they go for the res. Expert Lurker, how you doing today? Zav forward they go into the unknown, most likely towards San Martin. I think we're gonna see a lot of teams converge onto San Martin here. Razev is the first. Bessia has gotten the outskirts of Solds. What are you gonna do? Would you believe it? Best player from day number 1, 2 weeks in a row. Has been absolutely dominant. But it wasn't Solds that was the star of day number 2 last week. It was Caspitan and Emmy that really stole the show away, so we'll have to see. Is Solds gonna step it up and be back-to-back MVP both days? Or is he gonna let one of his teammates get a little bit more glory? Poor Monkey's man. Whiteson has lost a tire. I'm surprised someone else doesn't stop and try and pick him up real quick. Going around the corner, Whiteson Might end up spinning out. That'd be a little bit rough for the team. Slow him down a little bit, but seems like he made it around the corner just fine. They're pulling up on the hill right next to 4-0. Or at least two of the members of 4-0. Where are the other two? Because this seems like a spot where you need as many people as possible to try and hold it down. But here they are instead. More out in the open. Shots go out from Zlatonks over towards 4 Monkey Men's. So all these teams that are kind of squeezed together over here, the two members of 4-0 probably going to come over here. These three teams are all going to start fighting for a very limited amount of space, running into a few trees along the way. Nowick running downstairs, ready to fight. And he goes for the shots, takes down the last member of Foradores, and Duel, they pick up their first kill. It looks like Keter was on the team there instead of Penta, potentially. So Duel with a slightly different lineup than they had yesterday. Team Liquid still running the same team. As most teams tend to not play with a sub in the middle of their matches. They tend to run the same four for both days, so the fact that we actually saw a sub is rather interesting. Kind of fun, honestly. We'll have to see what else they'll show us. Surely they have some other fun stuff to be showing us. We hop over to Bestia, trying to get shots onto Rezav. Hit Beleda's toes right there, not really the spot where you're going to do the most damage. Fachita gets a knock with a nade. Vinny gets one in return. Onto Nubsky. Beleda ends up going down to Solds. Bestia in a spot that's a little bit easier to res compared to Rezav. Rezav may just have to call it good right there. But it does... No, it's Adam that isn't here today for Duel. Penta is still there. He's just been taken out for this match. But Keter is here instead of Adam for Duel. We'll see if that's a all-day kind of thing, or if maybe he just was missing a couple of the matches and will be back later, as Nowick gets a knock onto one, Keter gets a knock and flush onto a different one, and Nowick comes over to try and help as soon as possible, going for the sprays onto 55, but you gotta watch out for Mira. They do 98 damage to him. Danny coming back from the dead, trying to land on the ground. Maya gets taken down by Japa right there before he can land. Now we're going to see 4-0 fighting up against 4 Monkeys Men. Moo has been knocked. They are winning the fight so far. Lepeaks looks to be the last one. Left the spray going out. He's so low. Only a sliver left. All they needed was to hit him with one more bullet. He kind of goes back towards them. Surprisingly enough, this is a 1v3. Goes for the spray onto Sweezy, but doesn't end up getting the knock right up against him. And he's not able to get any more as STX shuts him down, and We saw someone there picking up the death box. So Haven has picked up the death box and brought it over so they can actually loot it somewhere safe. Next level gameplay right there. Instead of looting it in a bad spot, you pick it up, bring it to safety, and do what you want with it. Very smart play there. Razav, it looks like they're going to be able to hold out Cyril Harros as soon as they go forward. Fachita causing a little bit of commotion. Does he prep the nade the right way? The return nade has to go out. Fachita does get the knock onto Batungas. And Lincoln, he misses his shot, trying to throw his nade a little bit faster in case he ended up getting knocked. To see, like Batungas is going to get rezzed. But puts Cyril Harros in a really bad spot. Bestia is going to be on the other side as well. That molly goes off, takes away space that they would have been able to use. Now we see the kill feed start to go off. Someone just shot off a flare, if I'm not wrong. Cyril Harros and Razav continuing their fight. Looks like Cyril Harros still alive. Lincoln gets a kill. Batungas gets one. Lincoln knocked to the blue zone right afterwards. Batungas trying to make it in onto the edge of zone, and he gets taken down by Pippa. So Bestia, the ones that reap the most rewards from that. 7 kills right now for them. They had a crazy start to the day yesterday, but as soon as we hit Miramar, it all went downhill. They are not looking to repeat the same story here. Starting this one off with 7 kills. So is it the fact that they start off well? Or are they good on Miramar, bad on Miramar? What story are they going to tell us here? Because yesterday, they had 4 really good matches to start the day. And then the last 2 matches, they did nothing. To start the day so far, they're doing really well on one of the maps. Well, on the map they didn't do well with at all yesterday. Wamsen gets a good little sneaky kill onto Zvinny from up top there. Team Liquid sitting at 45 points. They're definitely going to want more. They're not going to be happy with just barely staying in the middle pack. They're definitely going to be wanting to go up towards the top, but Alo not able to get the knock. Gets traded by Trion. DNL still alive. Wamsen gets the knock and set onto Trion. Still trying to come out from Cowboy, but it's Biel from behind that actually gets an angle. Purdy, double barrel in hand, very blind. He gets taken down by DNL. Should be able to get flushed out easily. This Cowboy gets taken down by Benya. So there is 3 different teams all fighting Team Liquid right now. Only a little bit of collateral fire as Dwamjin takes down Zvinny. DNL going to be the last one left for No Way. They're at 5 kills right now. Last week they had a couple of late game heroics towards the last couple of games to make sure they stay in Division 1. Dwamsen goes down to DNL. He gets the flush as well. Goes for the shots onto Danchin, but he's going to go down to the blue zone here. No Way eliminated in 10th place. Now, Luke 12 gets the kill onto Danchin. Gonna try and make sure to get the flush, but Biel Talmo steals it away. Nanu gonna be the last player left, as Luke 12 is the last one left. When do the shots come out? Luke 12 tries to go for him, and it's Nanu to win the fight. He outduels the last member of Team Liquid. Now, 4-0 on this hillside are actually in a really good spot. They have to be careful of Caspitan slowly creeping around. Biel and Martin both going to have to come to this side of the street. There we go. Caspitan opens up, gets a knock onto Sweezy, gets the flush right afterwards. So that brings this into a 3v3 between 4-0 and Toyo. And it's the member of MHP down below. He goes down. Martin gets a second knock, almost gets knocked in return. He should be able to heal up. Now it's a 3v2. Toyo going to be able to slowly just steamroll this side of the hill, and then they're going to be in a really good spot for the rest of the match. Mira, they only have 2 players left, but they are center dot right now. Bestia going to be trying to finish off Nanu before going forward. They're still up as a 4-man currently with 9 kills. Are we going to see another 10-kill game from them? They had 2 or 3 yesterday. Be crazy to see them doing it again here today. Haven gets a knock onto Japa as Aura is fighting 55 PD down below them. Andrew did get a knock onto one, getting shot by Pippa, and there we go. He goes down. Bestia are up to 10 kills. It's from behind Nanu doing a ton of work. And Vinny getting a little bit of friendly fire there onto Pippa. Be careful, they're gonna have to go for a full reset here. But just barely in on the edge. Haven gets a re-knock onto Japa. One player goes down, and Japa and Pippa both gonna fall to that one. So Toyo and Mira both doing their best to clean them up with blue zone nades. Toyo, the biggest beneficiaries, as Glock takes down Vinny. And we're down to our top 4 teams. Toyo, 55 PD, Mira, and 4-0. Mira just lost one of their players down to just Tony right in the middle of the warehouse. Toyo surrounding the edges. 55 and 4-0 both up on the rocks. BL Calmo like a true snake slithering on the ground along the hillside. Just ready and waiting. Go for a spray into the side of 55. He just has to be careful not to go down. It looks like he's going to be at 99 HP. He's not going to get that final little tick before his booster goes away, but he only has a single energy drink. So he can't really do too much to that, and it's STX getting the opening knock onto Glock, and BL instantly activates on the backside. Gets the knock onto Crack. The flush pretty much confirmed. There we go. It is confirmed, so BL not going to push too much farther off of that now. He got the kill. Toyo up to 10. BL 5 for himself. Now 55. They have to find their way in, but 4-0 is still right here. Moo gonna throw a nade up and over, and it's a perfect nade. He takes down both and gets 4-0. A top 3 position with 6 kills. Tony still inside. He's gonna be able to just kind of chillax for a little while. Do whatever he wants. Wait for other players to make something happen. And oh, Caspitan getting sprayed down by Moo right now. Moo going for the repeaks, and there we go. Hits the headshot to get the knock onto Caspitan. Tony can still potentially win off of this. Moo gonna have to move forward, taking so much damage. He's down to the blue zone. He does not outlive that even in the tiniest little bit. STX going to be moving forward. Unfortunately, 4-0, not able to do anything else. So Toyo's still going to be surviving. Oh, Tony spotted from behind by STX. Down he goes. 1v3 for STX. I think he thinks all the players are still up above him. Now he hears Biel over to the side. The stun going to be coming out. He's trying to reposition behind these boxes, but Martin is pushing his way in. Martin peeks around and takes him down, and it's Toyo. 11 kills in match number 7 to take home the first chicken dinner of the day. And after that one, we're going to go to a quick break. We wait for match number 2. And here we go. Match number 2 for today. Are we going to see another hot drop? Our team's going to space it out. We'll see here shortly. Is it looking like? Rays haven't, never mind. Look like they're separated out a little bit. AKA duel. And yeah, it looks like nobody is hot dropping any. Obviously, some teams spreading out a little bit more than others. And we go north again. Now, this could have us ending up at San Martin again if it pulls hard to the south, as Tony is trying to get a long-range spray onto one of the players there. Doesn't connect on anything. But he did attempt. The attempt was made, the attempt was failed. So it is unfortunate that he failed there, but it's always nice to see an attempt made. Mira, they just shoot off Cyril Harros a little bit. They get another player over here, take a little bit more space. But most likely, we do end up going further north with this zone. There should be no reason for it to end up back down towards the south, but you always have to be careful of it. But that would mean that we get, like, almost the exact same thing that we got as last time, and that would be absolutely no fun. We don't want the same thing. We want different things. Because different things are more fun than the same thing. Oh, Batunga gets an opening knock onto Infinite Void. Flush gonna come out from Pero here, so in the kill feed, they're gonna instantly know that there's two different teams here now, and Pero gonna have to move his vehicle, make sure that it is safe, they don't lose any tires. Watulin's just trying to back off of this spot now. Doesn't look like he has a vehicle easily accessible to him. So he is just sending it down the hillside fast as he can. .55. Ready for anything. Oh. Let's see. Gabru getting a lot of shots over on the Bestia. They're in third place, so back-to-back weeks that both 55 and Toyo have done well. And after that last match, Toyo is almost 30 points clear of Bestia. So who's gonna finally put a stop to the rampage that is Toyo? Can anyone put a stop to it? Bestia sitting in second place with 76 points. 55 again with 63. Mira has fallen back a little bit, but they dominated day 2. Are they going to be able to dominate, especially going into the later matches? Day 2 again. Roth looking down into 7. Tella is a team that is struggling heavily. Blue Zone goes out, tries to push one of the players off, and oh no, it's from behind for Adores. Getting the knock onto Roth, get the flush as well. Friendly fire. Having a bit of a struggle, continuing to get shot by a few different teams. Do get the stun out. M249, 1 player, 2 players down as Michael is able to clean them up as Maya goes forward. Nail-up finishes him off, so now only 1 player left on 7 Tellas. Pablo gonna have to try and hold down the fort. Now we're just seeing some long-range shots here and there. Frogman, a player that every time I feel like we see him take some shots, it's like, wow, that is scary. I would not want to have to go up against that man. Seems to be able to really nail his shots most of the time, and that makes it scary for anyone that's around. Cowboy in the glider. Oh, he starts getting shot at. I think he was just going to try and coast and kind of spot what was going on. Immediately starts getting shot at and decides, maybe I should decide whether I want to stick here or try and drive around a little bit for my own safety. And he has decided to continue moving to make sure that he stays alive for as long as possible. For nothing. Ready for this push. Well, I guess Moo is ready for this push. Purdy gets shot from above. And now it's Moo trying to go for the jump shots, but it's Luke 12 in covering fire that steps out and helps him out. So Purdy able to survive off of that. Cowboy, he sees no way. Just chilling up there. Try and take shots over towards Vinny. Not really able to connect on any of them. There's so many players with the same names. You got Svinny, you have Vinny, you have BL Calmo, you have BDBL, all the Tasticos, Santastico, Scutastico. A lot of similar names that pop around. Danchin. He's paying attention to No Way, seeing where they're going. But he doesn't actually decide to take any shots, so if No Way didn't actually spot them up here, then it's gonna be a couple of players that are unknown about a whole team eventually as AKA makes their way over there. Forward Dores. Aurelio whiffs the shots onto Craze. He spots all the players, throws a nade, and just gets out of there to avoid the return nades, and good return nades they were. Doesn't even hop in the vehicle, just starts to run down the hillside. Getting shot at by different teams. Never mind trying to take that hilltop away. Right now, I'd say you only have 4 teams that are completely safe. And they are the top 4 teams. Toyo, Bestia, 55PD, AKA. Friendly Fire are only a couple of points away, so they should be relatively safe. Team Liquid in a similar situation. Foradores at 45 points is the last team that I'd say is on the verge of being safe. Everyone below that, 30 points is not safe. We got 4 more matches and this match. Mira looks like gonna have really good zone positioning again. They were center in the last one, but they lost a lot of their players while being center. So now it's all gonna be trying to survive. Shots going out, and it's Latonks from behind to take down Skatastico. Craze gets the knock onto Jomson in return. Nanu prepping the nade, throwing it forward. I think it's going to be a little bit short indeed. It is definitely got to throw it a little bit farther than that. Get some oomph on it. That follow-up nade, much better. He had a teammate there to throw one as well. Would have been an easy knock onto Craze. Nolan's readying all his guns, getting the reload, but immediately gets shot in the back by Cyril Harros. Danchin dancing around, waiting for one of the players to expose themselves more than they need to. But guess what, AKA, you may have backfilled onto this, but Friendly Fire can do the same thing onto you if they so choose. K-Mind getting a knock and flush onto Danchin, and it's exactly what I said. Friendly Fire, they came onto the back of AKA, and they were able to get a knock and a flush very quickly. Now they're just going to take that spot for right now. AKA, they went over towards Oasis, right on the edge of it. Toyo, the winners of last match, throwing a couple of nades over towards Aura. 3 nades thrown so far, exploding as they go. 2 of them pop right up on here. Zello gets the knock onto Martin. He gets the knock onto Caspitan as well, but BL and Caspitan return fire to get knocks onto 2. So now it's down into a 1v2. What can Solds do? The nade bouncing harmlessly away off of the hilltop. Flushes starting to come out from Excalibur, but from the side, Solds takes him down, and they got shot in the back by Cyril Harros. And Aura gets eliminated as that kill feed just lights up. Duel ready to take on Bestia. Shots go out towards Keter. Keter did end up getting the knock onto Japa. Bestia gonna have to move around a little bit as Fauna finds a shot into his back. Benya, he's struggling just a little bit with that positioning. Too many different teams have too many angles onto him. Duel above him. Rezav in the compound. And then Mira all the way up towards the northern end of the compound. All with angles, making it incredibly difficult for them to try and do anything. Well, they're not in the zone right now. It's going into phase 4. Phase 4 is when the blue zone starts to hit just that little bit harder in the competitive scene. MHP gets a knock onto Karak. We hop over to the fight, and it's going to be 4-0 trying to push their way up the hillside. Can they do anything else? What team's Sparking gonna try for? I don't know. He's either... Maybe he starts his own team, for all we know. Right now I haven't seen any news about it. Peoria is a possibility. Because... I don't know if, like, Peoria disbanded or what, because a lot of the players from Peoria are playing on different teams today, or this week. Solds may actually be trapped in this. I think that, that vehicle ended up blocking Solds in. Yeah, I think Solds is stuck in that shack. He's gonna die because of it, I think. That's hilarious. I don't know who blew that vehicle up, but they deserve to get credit for that kill. Even shots over towards Batungas. The other player's already there. Fauna quickly takes him down, and Batungas is eliminated. Cyril Harros gonna have to decide a different course of action to take into this one. Lewis gets a knock onto Beleda, but it is a 1v3. These players are gonna be able to do whatever they want. Pana actually goes down as well to Lewis. Beleda gets flushed out. And Lewis, 2 kills away from just taking down the whole team. Goes for the flush onto Nubsky, who goes right back. The nade should come out shortly from Lewis. If he can get it on there, that's a double, and he takes down the entirety of Rezav by himself. 3 points so far for Cyril Harros. They are going to need every single one they need. Yeah, so I don't know what Sparking's plan is yet. He could technically go over to an EU team as well if he wanted to. Like, there is so many possibilities for him. Ana goes down. Okay. Did they get Solds out of the building? They did. I wonder if they had to use a nade to get him out, though. That would have been kind of funny to see Toyo, like, getting shot at immediately by Bestia on the hillside, so back down they go. No way. Spreading out, maybe gonna look to punish these players if they don't peek well enough. Friendly fire, 8 kills so far in this one. Roth is currently knocked. Naila with 4 kills. It looks like they did very well holding down Oradores, preventing them from coming up this hillside. Ooh, BL. Oh, the shots were there, Trion. You only needed to connect with them. BL goes down to the blue zone. Sold's gonna be the last one left. Honestly, I feel like Sold should just try and play it safe and then run over and try and get BL's first aids right at the last second. Might be the best option for them. But they are so far outside of placement points right now. There is still 14 teams alive. Only 36 players, though. It's almost like we're playing duos right now. As Lewis, he was making his way forward. Tony saw him the whole way, but Lewis still wins the gunfight. Lewis has been very good so far in this match. That's his 3rd kill, and I feel like every single one of them has been very good. Coming with good timing, keeping Razav pinned down in a tight spot. As soon as they peeked out, doing damage to them. Like Fauna gonna be trying to go for the res onto LFP1 here, get Mira back up to a 3-man. Oh, friendly fire. They go down, and it's the vehicle explosion that finishes off Nail-Up. So, friendly fire, 13th place, but they had a good chunk of kills, so it's not going to be too bad for them. They're definitely going to be staying inside Division 1 no matter what. They're up past the 50-point mark. Benya, oh, getting shot at by Team Liquid from behind, but it's DNL to get a knock onto Purdy, give the covering fire. Bestia, what can they make happen? No way. Pushing right up onto them. Team Liquid on the hill behind. Benya just trying to throw a couple of stuns out. Looks like he's going to do it to try and go for the res onto Vinny. Isn't gonna work out. They gotta throw down another smoke. If they weren't in it any longer, that's a Molotov that lands right inside the previous smoke. That's where they were actually rezzing a second ago. As Cyril Harros go down to a combined fire from No Way and Mira. But if Vinny gets rezzed here, that would be insane, and it is insane. Team Liquid getting shots onto Bestia. Oh, Vinny takes down Vinny. Benya trying to go around the other side. He does get revenge for his teammate. Vinny ends up getting stolen away by Alo. Purdy gets a knock onto Treon with that nade. More shots go out. DNL gets another knock onto Purdy, so that's the second knock onto Purdy. Is DNL trying to flush out Benya without flushing his teammate. All 4 players still up, but 3 of them knocked right now on No Way. As there we go, No Way eliminated as Alo finds the final shots onto DNL. Should be able to get the res onto Purdy as well. They still have 2 solos to deal with over there. Duel 4-man down on the southern side. Keter gets a knock onto Cowboy. I feel like we have seen Keter with that M24 non-stop in the kill feed as Karak gets one. Sweezy knocked his own teammate, and Karak finishes off STX. A little bit of help from the team kill right there for 55 PD. Oh, let's see, 55. They are hopping in the vehicle, and they are going to try and drive forward. Question is, where are they going to go? There is plenty of space to work with, because we're Phase 6, and there's only 6 teams left, 2 of them being solos, and Nanu gets spotted out. Alo finishes him off, so AKA goes down in 6th place. Pippa behind Team Liquid. Did they pay enough attention to the kill feed? I feel like they should have. To know that Pippa is still alive, maybe not knowing exactly where he is. It could definitely cause some problems. 55 stuck on the edges zone, still not quite in. Duel have a decent angle onto it. They are still up as a 4-man. Keter with 5 kills currently. There we go. The vehicle does start driving forward. The spray's coming out, but he survives on a sliver. Guess what, though? 4 Monkeys men. Fast is going to be able to shoot him in the back, and he did indeed. As Doffy finds Karak, down goes 55 PD. 4 teams left. It's going to be Duel, Team Liquid, Bestia, and 4 Monkeys men. with Keter finding the knock onto Fast. Only one player left for Monkey's Men, one player left for Bestia. Team Liquid's going to be up as a 3-man, while Duel still has all 4. Purdy up close and personal with an MG3. Oh, spotted out by Penta, but guess what? It's Alo with the covering fire. From the side, Purdy does a lot of damage to Doffy, but it's Godzin trying to shoot Team Liquid in the back. Couple of stuns go out. Luke 12, Alo, and Purdy. Wait a sec. What? Oh yeah, Luke 12's super far back. It looked like his nameplate was super close. I was confused there for a second, but now we figured out that blue zone doing a little bit of damage. Alo does end up getting the flush onto Penta, so it's going to be down into a 3v3 between these two teams. Real problem is, what does Godzin do? What does Pippa do? I think Pippa is the biggest factor in this. I think they have an idea of where Godzin is, but Pippa is a complete X-factor unless Luke ends up hearing some footsteps. The shots go out, and Luke actually survives, turns around, but Pippa is able to get the flush onto him after getting the knock. Duel lose another, but they should be able to get the res on to Doffy as Godzin does go down. Bestia being the best rats right now. Pippa activated right when he needed to. He's gonna go up on this, and this might actually give it away to Duel. Alo gets the finish onto him, but Purdy did go down. So now Alo has to go for the res onto Purdy. Duel need to run forward as quickly as they can. Doffy from the side might be the first one to find them. He is gonna find the crate, and now he goes for the shots onto Alo. Down goes Alo, so Purdy is up, but with one player down, makes it a little bit difficult. Bolty into the side of Purdy does a lot of damage. Can Keter find another one? He can, and that is 7 kills for him alone. Duel with 11 total win match number 8. And our final Miramar of the week. So now we're going to go to a quick break, but, I mean, friendly fire down there, 8 kills, decent game from them. Team Liquid still had 8 kills, even though they only got 2nd place. So they did well for themselves. Foradori's had 6. But we're going to go to a quick break. We wait for match number 3. Right, underway. Match number 3 for the day. Match number 9 overall. We are back to a rondo. We'll see who's going to be able to play really well on this one, who might struggle a little bit, and all the in-between. Here we go. Is there any hot drops? 4-0, 7 tellas up towards Bay Lee are gonna be hot dropping each other. Friendly fire, that is quite the split you have going on. To the southwest of Yulin. Bessia, never mind, they were a little bit close to each other, but looks like they are going to stay separated. Lucas with a pistol is able to take down Sweezy. Might be the first time I've ever seen a pistol knock during this, but he quickly gets traded out by Moo. MHP takes down Pablo. So a 2-for-1 trade right now. Dartek doesn't have a gun, gonna be jumping across. Make it inside of this building. He's still got to try and go upstairs and find a gun, though. He finds an SKS, but there's no bullets for it. A barrel there for him now. So both players of 7 tellas are together with each other. They don't really have a ton to work with. STX going to get the flush onto Lucas. MHP wants to take down Maya. Can't find the shots yet, and it's Dartek that gets the headshot onto MHP. Sweezy has gotten res. Should be able to get into the fight here shortly, as soon as they find a little bit more for him. Trying to shoot over towards Moo. I think the stairs are actually out front, though, so if Maya just keeps on holding that spot, it's actually going to be a really good spot to hold. I think Maya should actually try and jump up on top of that. I don't think anyone can get an angle over towards it, and a nade is about to come out towards Maya, but I think you'll be able to get the flush onto MHP if you go all the way up top on that. Moo might actually get a shot in the side. 7 tellas did get another player back up, but STX with that nade is going to get the knock again. It looks like 4-0 is going to push forward before they actually go for the res onto MHP. Pablo is on the backside here. Maya is going to get flushed out here shortly, as soon as they make it up on top of the roof. There we go. Maya gets flushed out, so that is another player down for 7 tellas. And, oh, Moo finds Dartek, gets the shot, and Pablo. Can he make something happen for the 7 tellas? It's a tough situation. Surrounded on both sides currently. These STX, I feel like you don't want to go for a shot unless you can also get the flush right afterwards. Otherwise, you're kind of just wasting your shots. So we'll see what they decide to do. And it's the shots coming out from Pablo. He finds 2. So that is 1 onto Moo, 1 onto STX. Now I believe every single player on 4-0 has been knocked at least once. Looks like stun gonna be thrown forward from Sweezy. Pablo does his best to avoid the stun, and I mean, 4-0, they're gonna get all their players back up, and it's gonna be back into a 4-man. Now Pablo, he has an M249, so he can do the damage. There's only 3 players over there. He's got to be careful from the other angle, and that's exactly where STX shoots him from. They baited him out and took him down. 4-0 gonna be able to take care of 7-Tellas, arguably the weakest team in this lobby so far this week. They just haven't really been able to put forth their best foot. It is unfortunate for them, but it is a fact nonetheless that they have indeed performed the worst out of all the teams so far. Only 10 points, and it's going to stay as 10 points. They were able to get knocks there as well, but they weren't able to get any finishes. So they're going to have to try and work on that going into the next week. They'll be going back down into they'll be going down into Division 2. They'll have to work their way back up into Division 1. Mira take down fully from Foradores. The other player is able to escape. Murillo taken down a little bit below half health, so now Frogman and Murillo going to be backing off here. Foradores, they're up past the 51 points, so all our top teams above the 50-point mark. Mira only at 40 right now. But again, last 3 matches for the members of Mira is where I think they thrive the most. So we'll see if they'll stick true to that and show us some phenomenal gameplay going into the final matches, or if they're going to struggle. As Cyril Harros, it looks like they've just lost 2 players to Toyo in the kill feed. Friendly Fire looking to creep onto Zvinny right here as he's driving around. And yeah, both players from Friendly Fire laying down on the edge here, waiting for Zvinny to just overcommit even the tiniest little bit. He'll be ready, and he'll take him down. Toyo getting pushed by the members of Cyril Harros. A couple of shots coming out through the vehicle. Solds gets a knock onto Pero, and it's all onto Lincoln. Getting pushed right now by BL. 55 ready for this. If Toyo takes a single knock right here, down they will go. Into the far building is where the nade goes to, but it's actually one closer as Karak gets him as he's going around the corner. BL does finish off Lincoln, but if 55 want to, they can try and get involved in this. Zvinny, has he spotted out the members of Friendly Fire that are around this corner? I don't think he has. They are ready to pounce at the first weakness, and Roth takes down Zvinny. Nalup did get knocked, so now the smoke gonna have to go down. Roth trying to get the smoke out as quickly as possible. Getting shot at from a few different angles. Installing the folded shield, so he's gonna be able to get the res onto Nalop. The folded shield gonna do so much work right there to prevent any deaths from happening for friendly fire. And now it's their entire goal to try and go up the leaderboard. And from the side, K-Mine tries to activate, but he's not able to get the final couple of shots he needs. The nade going out as DNL trying to get this vehicle moving. SPK gets the knock onto Roth. Now Nalop gonna be the only one over here. Molotov going high up in the air over towards these two players. DNL trying to nade this. That looks like a good nade. Doesn't get the flush or the kill. More smoke's gonna have to come out if they want to do anything. K-Mine, can he do anything to help out? Michael disconnected, so unfortunate there for friendly fire that he disconnected. He's gonna go down in just a second. Ketter actually steals the kill away onto Roth, gets the flush. And DNL, now he gets the knock onto Nalop, gets the flush. It's all onto just K-Mine for friendly fire. A little bit unfortunate there for friendly fire. They had the drop onto the first player, but got knocked in return. They probably just wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible. Down they go. Now, K-Mine, it looks like he may be going for a long wrap to go back as BL squishes Andrew right there. Razev up on the hillside above. 4 Monkeys Men potentially would be able to hold them out. It looked like 4 Monkeys Men maybe trying to set up a camp along the road. Razev now pushing over here. Fachita, the last player left. Whiteson does end up getting the knock on him as he tries to play Ring Around the Rosie with the rock. We're gonna hear the squish from Fast running him over. And this is a stadium ending right here. And Team Liquid are gonna be loving it. They are in a wonderful position to try and capitalize off of this. Where is 4 Monkeys Men gonna go? They did get another knock onto Nubsky. They should be able to finish it off pretty quickly. Razev gonna be down to a 2-man. Still in the blue zone is Beleda. Kana over here, avoiding what he can. Slabby, it looks like. Not Valnix. I'm casting the Super League that Smear Zero hosts. One, because then I don't have to be my own cameraman. And 2, because we have Team Liquid, Friendly Fire, 55, Toyo, Bestia, and some of the other really good teams in here. Yeah. Yeah. It is TPP, which is a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, we get all the big teams and we get to see kind of what the competitive scene is going to look like. Right now, Toyo has been dominating as Purdy and Cowboy finish off one of the members of No Way. Duel have been doing really good with Keter today. He wasn't here yesterday. Adam was playing, but Doffy ends up running over Keter, which maybe not exactly what you want to see. The other members of No Way going to be pulling up on the very edge of the zone. Razav going to be right in front of them. Oh, Pippa ready for K-Mind. An unfortunate end to friendly fire. K-Mind was just trying to make his way in. He might have actually rezzed his teammates too, and just ends up dying right before the finish line. Yeah, friendly fire right now is K-Mind, Raw, Michael, and Nayla is the team that friendly fire has going. As Vinny, he finds one, he finds a second onto Excalibur, and now it's just one player left. And he does find the final one with the drop shot. Zello goes down, and Vinny holds the compound, taking down Aura. What, K-Mind isn't, is Roth or anyone on that team, streaming it? I don't really know if they would. I don't think I saw Roth go live. Anna gets a knock onto Treon. Yeah. Nade goes over towards where DNL was. They're not gonna find anything. DNL on the bike. Where is he gonna go? Do a flip. Do a flip. Do a flip. I tried to chant it into existence. LaPeak's trying to go for the spray. Does a lot of damage. Needs to find a couple more shots if he wants the knock, though. He is gonna make it out of there. Toyo gets eliminated by Team Liquid, probably some of the earliest that we've seen Toyo go out. They're sitting on 107 points, both this week and last week. They have been dominant. Solds specifically, oh my god, the numbers that he has put up, Valnix. Solds last week had 25 kills in day 1, and then 14 kills day 2. He was absolutely insane. Toyo topped the charts for points both days. No, actually, yeah, both days. They had the most kill points both days. They were just on something. When Solds wasn't absolutely dominating, Caspitan was right there to pick up any sort of slack that there was. SPK fighting up against 4 Monkeys men. Stun goes out, potentially. No, nade that just completely whiffs. Where did this pink Panzer come from? We don't got the Pink Panther in here, we got the Pink Panzer. Oh, SPK ready with this Panzer. As soon as they walk through the doorway, takes the shot and completely whiffs, but he still finishes off one, doesn't get the flush. Goes for the repeat, does a lot of damage, but fast steps in front to make sure the other player doesn't go down. And we see the death of No Way, and this really is just a stadium ending. Fauna finishing off the members of Foradores with a Molotov. I'm out of water. That's no bueno. Need to go get another water bottle. Oh, Haven spotted out, but Crack just completely whiffs. Tavon does get a knock onto Tony. Tavon gets a second one onto LFP1 before getting traded out by Haven. Gabru Gonna be coming up on the low side. More of a 2v2 situation right now as the third member for 55 is quite a ways off. So you see the two members of Mira hopping into the vehicle, trying to rotate around this. They don't think that this is the fight they want to take. So they are disappearing. Team Liquid, they pushed out so far. Purdy actually going to be in a pretty tough spot. Going to have to keep on trying to fall back, not get shot by Mira, but I think they're more afraid of 55. Purdy is just, oh, he was ready to go. He's like, oh, there's another team out here? Well, I'm ready to go kill another team. Where are they at? Let me at them. Really am curious where Sparking is gonna be. Gabru throwing out some smoke so 55 can make their way forward. Moo is just sitting there on the edge of zone, and so isn't Pippa. We saw Pippa be a superior snake. And now Moo tries to take a couple of shots towards Gabru. Now he's going to be stuck outside, and he throws that nade way too far. That nade from Glock going to do some good damage. The follow-up from Karak, and down he goes. 55 quickly take care of Moo, but it's Benya from the side can knock onto Gabru. And now Bestia are going to be locked in a fight against 55. The nade goes over towards Pippa, doesn't find anything. That nade, oh, if it rolled just a little bit farther, probably would have got the knock onto Tavon. But guess what, 55, they're going to back up a little bit, and they're going to get the res onto their teammate again, because that's what they keep on doing. And it's a good thing they did, because they were able to avoid that nade. The next one goes to the same exact spot. You got to throw those a little bit farther, and that one does go a little bit farther. Pippa with the follow-up after the flush to get the knock onto Karak. Tavon going to be the only one over here. Glock is just a few meters further away. He can spot Bestia, but not really in a spot to return any really good fire. He's almost out of bullets in the mini. He has no util to use. And Tavon is moving forward. It looks like he's going to be trying to get the res onto Karak. Shots covering fire coming out from Glock. He's almost out of ammo. Now Vinny trying to go for the shots over onto Glock. Ooh, Vinny takes a hefty shot right there from Glock. And now util coming out in return from 55. They were saving it up. Blue Zone nade gonna come out. Is Pippa gonna get this first aid off in time? I don't think he is. He's surely gonna go down. No, he gets out of it just before the final tick. Benya does find the knock onto Karak. And now this fight has to come to an end sooner rather than later, because the Blue Zone is pushing in. And Bestia, they're just going to get ready to pull away from this as the other two members of 55 hop in the vehicle and drive away. AKA right here on the edge in 55. Are they just pulling up on this, or are they going to keep on going by it? The vehicle flipping. Nanu trying to go for the shots. Double heady onto Glock to take him right out of the vehicle. They confirm the flush to make sure they get the point. They are at 65 so far. Danchin gets a knock onto Vinny, a.k.a. a team that I feel like we have to pay close attention to. They are performing very well the past couple of weeks. Nanu gets the flush onto Vinny with the nade. Playing open the door, close the door with their teammate. Trying to get out there, throw a Molotov. And Tavon backing off again. His vehicle about to blow up. One bullet away from death, but he survives. Helmet gone. Vest almost destroyed. Vehicle has been blown up in 10 seconds. Was that the right play? What? What? Yeah, there we go. That was a wonderful play by Tavon. It does end up leaving the stadium. Purdy gets knocked by Nanu. Cowboy is right there. Should be able to go for the smoke and get him pretty easily. Luke 12 up on top. Yeah, the res is going to come out onto Purdy pretty easily. But Team Liquid, unless they can control the very edge here, they do have Razav and 4 Monkeys Men to deal with. AKA on the outside will be holding these 3 teams out later on. And Luke 12 jumps down perfectly into the smoke that they had prepared. Team Liquid, they just got to make their way forward onto the edge of stadium. So they have something to play and hopefully keep the rest of the teams out from this. Purdy, 5 kills and 800 damage so far in this match. Absolutely dominant right now for him. Team Razav are just staying up on top of the roof. How much of the roof is actually going to be in? And will Bestia be able to see them, are my questions for that. Okay, so Team Liquid gonna have to push over towards the 4 Monkeys Men. They do start to go forward. Luke 12 with some good movement. So far, Whiteson throws a nade out. The nade should get returned. Pana jumps down. He's taken a lot of damage already. Beleda from above trying to get the knock onto Alo. Isn't able to. With the blue zone coming in, he's going to have to hop over this wall very quickly. Try and make it inside the play zone. And he actually hops back over, continues to go forward, but I don't think that he's in on this side. He's actually... No, he is just barely in. 4 Monkeys Men have set up over here, aka have an angle onto Team Liquid before they do the 4 Monkeys Men. So now Team Liquid gonna have to try and smoke this out. Oh, Benya with an opening knock onto Zlatansk is actually going to help Team Liquid out so much. If Team Liquid want to focus over towards 4 Monkey Men's right now, they can. Pippa does some damage as Benya gets the knock onto Jomson, and now there's all onto Nanu. 1 player left for AKA. Cowboy does get the knock onto Lepeaks. Bestia, another 10-kill game. Consistently getting 10-kill games. Blue Zone's Molotovs going out, all the util going forward, and that Molotov onto Whiteson and fast. I think it's right in the smoke, so 4 Monkeys Men don't even realize it's there. We should see the deaths come through in just a second. 1 player is all that is left for 4 Monkeys Men, so Cowboy and the rest of Team Liquid doing exactly what they needed to, activating as soon as the fight started onto AKA. Leda is still alive, and Alo finds fast. They gotta worry about Razav. There is a player just sitting inside this smoke. Do they know about him? The smoke about to dissipate, and Beleda gets the knock onto Luke 12. Quickly finished off, though. Now it's Team Liquid Bestia in 55. Tavon in a position to thrive. Benya gets a knock with the nade onto Cowboy. So it's only 2 players left standing. Cowboy is probably going to get flushed out by the blue zone. He did indeed. Now you're gonna have 3 players up for Team Liquid. They have 14 kills, though. That's a knock onto Benya. That could be 15. 3v1v1 currently, but Pippa is going to be in a great spot. Alo, if you actually jump up on top of there, that's going to be the better spot for you. Rather than out in the open up against Pippa. Pippa takes down Party. 2v1v1. With Pippa really not having an angle onto Tavon right now. Tavon probably going to be opening up onto Team Liquid earlier than anyone else. So let's see how this one unfolds. Alo, he has another Panzer. Pretty sure he already had one. Did a little bit of damage to Tavon with that. And Pippa gets a knock onto Alo. So now Tavon from the side takes down Luke 12. And these two teams work together to take down the 2-man. And now it's a 1v1. Pippa versus Tavon. 15 kills for Bestia right now. How is it gonna end up, Tavon or Pippa? Pippa a little bit closer to the center dot, has more to work with. He has only 1 smoke. Meanwhile, Tavon had those 2 smokes. He can move forward at any time. As soon as Pippa sees the edge of Tavon, he is gonna try and shoot him. Looking for the edge around the smoke. Saw him for just a second. Now he's gonna go for the spray through the smoke. He's going to throw down a smoke of his own. They're all both going to have one side each, and it's Pippa to win it for Bestia. 16 kills in the chicken dinner on a match that Toyo went down early. So Bestia is doing their best to catch up to Toyo and make it a fight for first place. But we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 4. We are on to match number 10. Means we only have 3 matches left total. Razav looks like they're actually going up north to potentially try and take Shipyard. No, they're going across the bridge. Which means they'd go over towards Seven Telos. Do we see any hut drops, though? I don't think so. As Vinny did get a knock on to Tony, and now the trade's going through, but Bestia does take down Mira, so there was a hot drop. We just didn't see Bestia's logo. It was all covered up. But I do believe that that should be the only hut drop. Unless I'm just, like, blind. Which is also a possibility. But Bestia, after that last match and that hut drop right there, they would be above Toyo right now because they're at 114 points if we tack on those 4 kill points real quick. Meaning they have now overtaken Toyo for first place. Team Liquid has overtaken 55 PD. They're in third place now with 80 points. 55 PD has 79 in fourth place, aka in fifth place with 70. Before you drop off to the next set of teams, Friendly Fire with 58, Duel with 56, Foradores with 51, Mira has 45. Then I feel like that's where you have your next separation down to the next grouping. 4-0 has 40, 4 Monkeys Men have 37, Nevermind with 34, No Way with 32. And then you drop into our relegation zone. Razav have 28, Cyril Harros have 21, Aura has 15, and Seven Telas have 10. Aura and Seven Telas really have to put together 2 really good games, or like a 30-point game, in order to really get up there. So they have some work ahead of them. Meanwhile, you have No Way, Nevermind, 4 Monkeys Men, and 4-0 that are the most likely to drop into relegation if Razav or Cyril Harros have a good game here. So you have 4 teams that are still really at the brink of being possibly eliminated. Mira at 45 points are not safe here. You really want to get above a, I want to say 50-point mark to feel safe with the fact that we have 4 teams that get relegated. So we'll pay attention to how the next couple of games go and revisit the leaderboard when we go into our last match. Or nothing, kind of just driving around right now. Halo trying to get some shots over on the glider. There's had to have been like a Panzer glider kill, right? Someone trying to get a little bit too close with a glider and just get exploded by a Panzer. I want to see it happen though. Ooh, fully. That's a rock. You can't drive through that. And you almost just cut off Murillo there. So that could cause even more problems. Never mind taking shots into the side. I don't really accomplish anything, though. Now, we wait. Lepeak's taking some shots from Duel. They have 7 tellers right across the road. I've seen more and more people with bolties, but nobody quite at the level that I've seen from Keter today. Oh my goodness, the amount of kills that Keter has gotten with the bolty alone today is insane. If he isn't using a bolty every single match, I don't know what he's doing, because I really do think he should. That man was playing absolutely insane with that. My next question is going to be for Friendly Fire. How many of these players are going to stick on that team? Oh, Toyo, they only have 3 players for this match. Stolds, Caspitan, and Martin. Oh, no way. Ready to spring a trap onto Bestia, but Joppa ends up spotting out SPK, and down he goes. Oh. The unfortunates of TPP. They were able to spot him out early on and cause him a ton of trouble. Now shot's gonna go out from Bestia. Not really connecting with anything. AKA, what are they gonna do? I feel like we see a lot of, like, not actually on the team POVs while we're watching. I don't know. Bestia 5 kills so far in this one, so after the HUD drop they were able to pick up another kill as well when they got that kill onto No Way. So they're just trying to pull even farther away from the team of Toyo. Down goes Roth Excalibur. It's an opening knock. Wow, that vehicle blown up real quick. Wait a second. Who's that on Friendly Fire? That's not... Who isn't playing on Friendly Fire? Is Michael not there? Yeah, so I think it's Michael that's not here. So we have SQR. Has SQR been playing this whole time? As SQR, he finds one onto Alo, completely blind, doesn't even know what he's looking at. He eventually does go down to Luke 12. K-Mind pulling up, trying to go for the shots, and Cowboy takes down K-Mind. Friendly Fire eliminated SQR. SQR 4489. That's gotta be an alt account for someone, I feel like. Lincoln taking down Lepeak's. And then Lewis takes down Whiteson from the side. Michael did DC last game. So, yeah, Michael was here. I was like, I feel like I would have noticed SQR. So Michael DC'd, so it seems like Michael has, like, full internet problems right now. So then, who's SQR? Ooh, Gaspitan taking shots from Team Liquid. Who do we think Square is? Because there is no way, and any heck, that I think Square is an actual person's name. That's got to be an alt account. The question is, whose alt account? Whose alt account do we think that is? Hey, do we think that's Sparking, Jack? I doubt it. I feel like Sparking would just use his regular account, but it would be funny. Oh. Sparking is okay, well, definitely not Sparking. Have you asked Sparking what team he might try and play for? I am curious to know. Let's see. Well, I guess the real problem is, even if he tells you... Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, that was gonna be my next problem. If you ask him, he might not respond in English, and then it's just gonna be like, what did he say? And I could foresee that being a problem. So... yeah. Yeah, teams do like to keep it under wraps if they can. So you have that problem on top of all of everything else. Yeah, I don't think we'll find out anytime soon. Ooh, Tavon and the rest of 55. See, what Tavon is doing right now is what the member for No Way should have done earlier. Just hide right inside the bush. Really don't allow them to see anything. Oh, are they crash baiting for nothing right now? Oh, MHP right there, but only 33 damage taken, and MHP actually gets the knock onto Crack. All of a sudden, 55's crash bait is not going to work out the way they wanted it to. Glock does take down one. In return, goes from the shots onto a second. Doesn't find him. So it is one aside right now. Gabru out in the field, does a lot of damage to Moo, but he doesn't actually get the reload off, and down he goes. Moo gonna get the knock onto that. 2 down, 455. Tavon trying to push forward. The nades, the stuns coming out from STX. That nade going around the side, lands right on STX, but goes a little bit too far. STX gets the knock onto Tavon. And now there's only one player left, 455. Glock. What can he do up against the team of 4? Nothing. Gets an opening headshot. Can he find any more? He throws a stun in return. Everyone's gonna be blind. First aid tries to go off, throws a blue zone to the other side, steps back out. Should try and go for the flush here in a second. He does indeed get the flush, so 55. They had the crash bait ready, but they completely whiffed with the Panzers. Which, interesting to see. I don't know if that's because of TPP. Maybe players are more used to it in FPP. So now, in TPP, it's a little bit more difficult for them. Oh, Glock is not going to be able to hear anything. Stun goes out, lands right on top of him. He is going to be very blind. He tries to step around the side. STX hasn't overcommitted to anything, but Glock still able to get the knock. Where is the other player going to come from? It's a nade from Moo to take him down. And 55 get eliminated in 14th. Yeah, and I mean, they have Cowboy right now. I don't even know exactly what happened with Sparking for him to leave. Was, yeah, I don't know. Did Sparking just go like, I think I want to try different teams? Or like, what really happened with that? Spray goes out onto Ketter, who has been absolutely dominant for duel so far. Toyo, they already had 2 kills. There's a third. Cyril Harros shooting them in the back. A lot of teams in Bucksansa. Not full teams, but a lot of teams. Be careful, there's still 2 more games left, and I already drank half this water. And there we go, nade from Penta onto Pippa. Essia, they only have 5 kills so far in this one. Not really far enough ahead of Toyo that they can start taking knocks and stuff here. They need to try and be a little bit careful, try and do as much as they can before they go down. Seat swapping Cowboy takes down Murillo. Corridores lose 1. It looks like the rest of the team could come over here, try and fight back. Slabby and the team setting up on top of the hill, try and return fire down onto Cowboy. And the rest of the team, Luke 12, gonna be still up against the rock. The nade landing easily on the other side, and it's AKA, so now Team Liquid gonna be completely surrounded. Alo gets a knock onto Danshin with the nade. Up from the top, Dromzen takes down 1 before Cowboy gets a trade. Another nade goes out, somehow doesn't find any damage onto Zlatansk. AKA, they tried to spring a trap onto Team Liquid. Forradores now getting shots into the back, so Cowboy does go down. Team Liquid, they got 1 kill, and then all of a sudden we're surrounded by a bunch of others. Purdy going forward, getting shot, taken down by Zlatansk, and it's all on to Luke 12 up against the two-man of Forodores. Now more nades going out. That one looks like it's going to end up just a little bit short. Luke 12 just trying to dance around. Maybe hoping that Forodores and AKA might end up fighting each other. So Luke 12 does make it over to the tree here. Blue zone goes out. Double blue zone. A little bit further to the right. This is going to push them to the left. I think he was able to dodge that stun for the most part. These nades going to go out. That second one looking a little bit better than the first. Oh, and now a blue zone comes out towards Luke 12, and that's going to push him off of this. He's trying to go through the bushes, throw his stun, and now he sets up a folded shield. Oh, that stun. Beautiful. Forodores. Just going to spam into that. Luke 12 trying to push forward, going for the shots. He does get one, tries to go for the pre-fire, but fully takes him down. That would have been insane if he was able to get that. I really wish he would have. That would have been so much fun to see. Instead, he goes down. Bestia, they're making their rotate away from the gas station towards the drops as Cyril Harros, 8 kills, and finishing off Forodores. All of a sudden, they're looking threatening to all those teams in the 30-point mark. Razav, they are still alive, but they have no kills so far in this one. Only a placement point to their name. More nades coming out. Caspitan finishes off Craze. Nevermind. Down in 7th place. Bestia, now they're going forward again. Getting shots onto Razav. One player goes down. Fachita still alive. Very big tree to use. Aura taking this moment to try and push onto Bestia. 4 teams remain. Toyo, Duel, Bestia, and Aura. 2 players knocked right now for Bestia, and guess what? Duel's gonna come in from the other side. Bestia gonna be completely sandwiched. Zelo Margiela gets a knock onto Japa. After he got the res onto Pippa, Benya gonna be up against all 4 of Duel. Now, only 2 of them over here right now. He's gonna try and rotate back down. We might get shot in the back by Excalibur in a second. I don't know why I thought I was going to say that wrong. Benya, oh. Laying down because of the nades. He was trying to put the folded shield down to give him a little bit more to work with. How the shots come through. Oh, Benya avoiding a lot of it so far. He finally goes down. Doffy was able to spot him and take him down. Shot's gonna be going out. from Toyo onto Duel. Able to find anything just yet. Caspitan over there by himself up against Aura. More nades coming through. Stuns going on to Nowick, so Nowick can see absolutely nothing right now. Every second is just another stun for him. He's not in the zone, so he is going to have to push forward. He only has one smoke, though. So where is he going to throw it? He throws it over towards Martin, but Sold's a little bit farther to the right. Oh, all that health that he had just healed up, gone in an instant as he let the blue zone just barely touch him. Now more stuns going out. Doffy trying to spray towards Martin. He has a Lynx in hand. Blue zone touching him. Again, this blue zone damage, it could be a difference maker. Nowick just not going above the 75 health because of the blue zone. Nowick is trying to push forward, but Solds with covering fire for Martin. Martin stepping around. The nade was actually able to take him down. Martin tries to go for some shots over onto Penta to follow it up. Joppa from behind takes down Doffy, and then jumping, Martin takes down Penta. Duel get eliminated. Bestia was able to find a route out from the gap below. Now Joppa staring at the tree, waiting for Toyo to do something. Once this fight starts between Aura and Toyo, that's going to be Bestia's time to move. Oh, I was gonna say, when does Caspitan try and make the move? Ooh, shots going out onto Zello Margiela from Bestia. So now Toyo gonna know exactly where the fight is happening. Excalibur, I feel like you need to turn that folded shield just a little bit before you get shot in the back. Oh, Solds from the side doing a lot of damage. Caspitan does end up getting a knock, but Excalibur gets one in return. Martin is coming over here to try and deal with Bestia. Toyo not fully committing. Oh, Martin trying to go for that flush. Was that the right play? Because now Bestia is going to know you're here. You could have had a shot into the side. Solds get knocked by Pippa, so now it's just onto Martin right now. Phase 9 is going to be coming. Gonna have to try and get the res onto his teammates as quickly as possible. Aura were able to get back up as a 3-man. Toyo, how soon will they be able to get back into this fight? Joppa gets the knock onto Zello. And now he is moving forward towards this rock. Shots! But Andrew is able to take him down. Pippa, you're gonna go down to the blue zone. Down he goes. Excalibur finds the shots. Joppa does end up getting the kill onto Zello Margiela, so this puts this into a 3v2 Toyo versus Aura. Shot's gonna come out and Toyo win it. 10 kill chicken dinner as Bestia goes down in third place. 10 kills for them as well, so it's gonna be a real close contest at the top, but Toyo take that step ever so slightly farther away from them. We're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for our final two matches of the day on the wonderful Erangel. Here we go. Match number 11. We have 2 matches left. Some teams need to try and do whatever they can to perform as best as they can. We will see who's going to come out on top. Toyo and Bestia fighting for it. Toyo right now is on top. But don't slouch on Bestia. Toyo, can they do back-to-back weeks where they take first place, or is Bestia going to put a stamp on it and not allow that to happen? Time will tell. Toyo last week was fighting with Furia, and now this week they're going up against Bestia for the top of the leaderboard. Oof. How unfortunate for Roth to have gone down here. K-Mine just trying to play defense against Dartek. The battle of the sumo Uaz. Oh, Dartek gets a little bit of damage. And Nailup has made it over here. Nailup with a mini, trying to get the shots onto Dartek. Gets a couple of them, but Dartek is going to get out of there. K-Mine just having to go for the res, and Dartek does go down. But guess what? Maya's on his way over in a vehicle as well. Mutant versus Mini. Can Friendly Fire get out of there? Where's the... Oh, Maya has an AUG as well. They just got to try and get out of there. Oh no, Maya gets run over by K-Mine. Roth did get re-knocked. Now you're gonna have Nailup run over Dartek. You gotta run over Maya. Pick up the AUG as quickly as possible. We get the res onto K-Mine. Pablo making his way over here. Roth is gonna spot him out pretty quickly. The spray going out. Nailup just giving some covering fire. K-Mine hopefully should be able to get a gun quickly. And spray goes out. Pablo gets a re-knock onto K-Mine. Very messy fight so far between Seventellas and Friendly Fire. Oh. Hey, look, Michael's back. Gets a bullet as Pablo gets one in return onto Michael. How much longer are they gonna fight? It's not gonna be great overall for them the longer this fight lasts, and Pablo actually gets the spray onto Nailup. Pablo barely surviving, just a tickle of health left, and Michael making his way forward does get stunned just in the back of the vehicle, pops back out. Pablo goes down, but I think 4 Monkeys Men might actually be able to kind of finish this up. Before anyone else gets to do anything. We pop over to No Way versus Team Liquid. Purdy has already gone down. Luke 12 did get a knock and flush onto SPK. Where is DNL going? Just continuing to drive round and round. As Penta gets a flush onto Nalup, so Michael is the last player left here. I don't know if he picked up the chip and is out of here or what, but there is so many teams around that it's going to be difficult for Michael, and he has just got to send it. Hopefully he'll be able to get his team res back on up. He'll be able to get back into a fight somewhere. Michael, he pulls up over here. Guess what? Nowick is still over here. Michael pops into a vehicle again, and he is gone. The fact that Nowick is still up here in Kameshki. What is this split from Duel? What the heck? They are just everywhere on the map. Benya, what gun did he get? He got the Lynx. Making sure to put his gun into the back of the vehicle. I don't know what the teams are doing around here, but they are giving him way too much time to loot right there. He's going to be able to do so much with that much time. I really gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Hopefully nothing happens while I'm gone. Alright, I'm back. Ugh. A little out of breath from sprinting up and down. Michael has been hunted down by Duel. Duel, is this really worth it? I mean, I guess Friendly Fire are right above you on the leaderboard. So if you're trying to target a team to get better positioning for yourself, this is a smart play. It is bizarre, but if you look at the leaderboard, if they're really trying to, like, get as many points as they can, in this Super League, then I guess it's not, like, absolutely crazy. Michael, he starts it off with 1. Then he's gonna throw the nade. It kind of gets stuck. Now he's gonna throw a smoke. And then a stun. He's gonna try and push forward, but no wick. Straight through the smoke takes him down. Friendly fire eliminated in 16th. Yeah. That do be how that just went. So that, I agree that Huntdown was pretty bizarre, but, I mean, they made it work. They did what they needed to, and now we hop over to Aura, who have lost a couple to Foradores. But you also have Foradores getting knocked in the back. Looks like they've lost a lot of their players as well, so Excalibur, the only one over here. Frogman knocked outside. Excalibur stunning and throwing a blue zone on a knocked player that he could just step out and flush. He has third person, he should know this, but is not using it to its biggest advantage, which is honestly just a little bit unfortunate for him. Ana does get a knock onto Mu. MHP ends up going down to Caspitan, so there's 2 players knocked on 4-0, and Mira is not going to let this chance go by. Definitely going to crash right onto this. Sweezy does take down Tony before getting taken down by Fauna, which leaves 1 player left. STX, what can he do? Trying to get the shots onto Haven as Haven steps around. Tries to go for the drop shot, but STX went back inside the building, up to the 2nd floor. Now you're gonna have the nade. It gets thrown out. Doesn't find any damage because STX is in the little cubby up there. You're gonna need a really good nade to do anything. That nade right into the... Oh, if that was cooked at all. LFP takes down STX. Down goes 4-0. So, Duel, after their hunt down, they were able to get back into the zone, and Godzin... Oh, you're next. You're next on their list. Doffy takes you down, and... I don't know if the rest of the 4 Monkey Men are gonna get down here in time. Doffy running out in the open, that's a questionable decision. But that's okay. Ketter, that better be you with that bolty. I believe in you in that bolty. I think you can do it. But the other 2 members of 4 Monkeys Men, honestly, I feel like they need to try and survive. They're at 37 points right now. Every tiny little point matters to them right now. Because Rezav and Cyril Harros didn't have awful matches in the last match, especially Cyril Harros, getting 8 kills and 5th or 6th place. Definitely in a position to try and get more. Wow, that is very cinematic. I will admit, very cinematic to watch that. How there's just that one extra random one farther than the rest. I wonder if it's like completely randomized or what. What is 4 Monkeys Men doing? What is this? Oh, they're trying to play for this shack. Oh, they're dead. They're dead to the satellite. That's crazy. And now they're just rezzing in the open. 55 should be able to see this. Oh, there we go. 55. Now they're shooting. Lepeaks goes down fast. Quickly follows as Trion ends up getting the kill. I'm blown away by that play right there. I don't even know. Benya just knocked Vinny on Bestia. I don't know if he disconnected or what. Someone swapped seats in front of the other one. Pippa takes a headshot from Toyo. He has lost a tire and he ends up going in a circle. He continues to spin in circles. 7 HP, but still alive. His team coming to help him, and now Biel is the one in trouble. Toyo trying to punish Pippa there. Did not happen. And his team there for support. Caspitan did end up getting the knock onto Pippa eventually. It's just in a spot where they're not going to be able to get the flush anymore. No way. 35 points right now. Right on the edge of relegation. 2 kills in this match, and they need more. Lincoln going for the shots onto Martin. Gold's throwing the nade up and over. Pero here and ready. Oh, Benya does end up getting the finish onto Vinny too. I assume that Vinny ended up disconnected. Then he was probably in the vehicle. Caspitan gets the knock into Lewis. But it's Batungas from the side. No, he should have been able to get that knock. He needed to get that knock to be able to turn this fight back into a 3v3. Instead, they're going to be fighting as a 4v3. Batungas is just sending it up this hillside. Lincoln jumps out of the smoke right there. Gold's right on the edge. Pero probably spotted out. Lincoln does go down to Biel. And now from the side, Batungas does take down one, going for the shots onto Martin, and he finds the headshot. He takes down a second. Last player left. Caspitan coming through with the drive-by takes him down. Blue Zone's on the move. Toyo on the far side of it. They got to pick their players up and get them moving now if they want them to stay alive. That's a Lynx from Benya. Four shots, I think. Oh, blown up vehicle. Where are the players? You see him just barely behind that rock. Oh my goodness. They look like tiny little things. So far away. I'll be interested when I go back and look through the stats to see how Cowboy did on Team Liquid. As Toyo going by. Oh my god, did Cowboy get launched? He did take down Martin, but what was the yardage on that? My goodness. Shots coming out. Nubsky takes down SPK. Fachita with the flush. No way. Gonna have to go through Razav. Yeah, it didn't look like he took any damage when he fell, actually, Jack. I would love to see the yardage on that. Right, 55 with the util usage, able to pick up a couple of kills. Nubsky does get the one onto Zvinny. Pana goes down to the flush by Glock. Def 50 yards at least. You think if it was football, it would have been far enough for a field goal? Probably didn't have the height, but I think it definitely would have been far enough to be good for a field goal. $55 PD. They got 5 kills right now. 82 points. 2 points behind Team Liquid. Team Liquid are still alive in this match. Alright, where is Team Razav gonna go? This vehicle is so close to being blown up. 1, 2, 3 bullets was all it took, and they got into a dip. Not a safe dip, though, as Nubsky, doing some push-ups real quick, is able to avoid the shots from 55. Pippa ends up getting the knock onto Beleda. Cheetah is in here. Are they going to be able to get the res onto Beleda? Maybe a couple of smokes over towards him. Never mind. Craze, that's a rock. Wait. Are you just chilling on the edge right now, waiting for your team? They are gonna need your help as BL gets an opening knock onto Watulans. It is just BL, but it's only a 1v1 right now, and Watulan should be able to get flushed as he crawled out from behind the vehicle. And now Skatasco hops back in the vehicle and tries to drive away. I at a loss here. It is only BL there. Apparently they don't have the info on that. If they did, I would have just 4-man sent it right onto him, take him down, and take that spot. Instead, they're going to have a little bit more work to do. Aura died to the blue zone. Even the legendary sword Excalibur is not strong enough to withstand the blue zone of PUBG. As 55 up on the hillside, probably have the best spot in zone, with Team Liquid having the most central spot. And the only reason 55 has such a good spot is because nobody else is trying to challenge them. I think Purdy is stuck on a shack. I don't think he's getting back to the team. I think it's, he's very much GG'd right now. It is unfortunate for him. Benya does get a knock onto Glock, though. BL trying to do even more damage onto Nevermind. Craze is spotted. BL just working his way around. Trying to sneak up on Nevermind. They don't have anyone over here, so, like, do they see him in third person? I mean, I don't really, I've never really played third person, so I don't know how far you can see. Ooh, don't run over your teammate right there. That would be the last thing that you wanted. So BL has gotten a little bit closer to his teammate. Bestia are still alive in this match. And that's not a great thing for Toyo. Toyo, they have 7 kills. So they still have had a great match. But if they go down here soon, and Bestia is able to take them down, all of a sudden Bestia going to be right back in it for the final match. First and second place are definitely completely separated right now. As, oh, Biel was spotted. Shots go out. Craze only hits a couple of them. Dragunov might have been able to do a little bit more damage. Purdy. Oh, he is just in the smoke right now, getting shot at by both 55 and Nevermind. I don't... More smoke's coming out. Oh, no. Void ends up hitting the headshot. Yeah. Yeah, Purdy was not getting back with the team on that one, unfortunately. And this match pretty much looks like it should be 55's game to win. So we'll see what happens with it. Are they going to be able to hold out there? They have 3 people up on the hillside, 1 down towards the divot on the edge to try and prevent any teams from sneaking over. Infinite Void sending it forward up on top of Team Liquid. And Tavon immediately gets a knock. Craze takes a couple of shots from Alo, but still survives. Alo just trying push up and over. He does take down Craze and is able to get back down before 55 can take him down. Luke 12 takes down Skatasco from the vehicle. Nevermind eliminated in 6th place. Moving the vehicle just a little bit so they can walk their way out when they need to. Rezav inside, the nade goes forward. It blows up the door but doesn't actually go through. And now more nades are to follow. And Pippa does get the knock onto Nubsky, the other player. Did take a lot of damage. Pippa stunning himself a little bit there. Trying to figure out where they are. He sees Vegeta, steps around, takes him down. And Bestia, 10 kills. And only 1 player left on Toyo to find. Try and catch right back up on the leaderboard. Team Liquid, a 2-man, Biel right behind them, 55. Should have a pretty easy win on this hillside. Bestia, do not let Biel outlive you. What are we gonna see? Pippa, he has 7 kills and 755 damage. He has had a very good match. Alright, so it looks like they have a good idea of where Biel is. Trying to get the nade onto him. That one goes a little bit far. Stuns go forward right into Biel's face, but he's behind cover. He goes for the shots, but Pippa just hits the headshots, takes him down. Isn't going to be able to continue in this match, though. As down he goes. Crack is going to get the flush. But Bestia were able to take care of Toyo. And I feel like that's an important piece of information right there. Now they just need Team Liquid taken care of. But 55 wants to take care of Bestia probably afterwards. Yeah, actually, both of these teams want Team Liquid to go down first. Benya has 3 gear, has a FAMAS. Blue Zone nade was thrown forward. I don't know where Team Liquid are going to go. They do have to cross the street in order to get into the next zone, but the problem is Bestia is right here and will be able to shoot down onto them if they move first. And 55 is just going to have free game anyways. Benya tries to throw a nade forward. They know these two players are left in here. The shots go out onto Luke 12. Not able to find anything yet. And Alo actually takes down Joppa first. Just trying to spray through the smoke. Benya, what can he do? Can he find these players? So many shots through the smoke. And it's 55 with the nade to finish it off. 9 kills. And the win for 55 in match number 11. But Bestia with 12 kills. And they got third place. Team Liquid just barely outlives them. We're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for the final match of the night. we go into the final match of the day. Will Toyo come out on top? Will it be Bestia? Into the final match. Just mere minutes away from finding out. By minutes, I obviously mean about 25 to 30 of them. But that is okay. We are in it to find out. Where is Bestia? They are over with Mira. Is it going to be another hot drop between Mira and Bestia? Do they have something against each other? Because that's what it seems like. Oh, Haven gets a flush onto Benya right off the beginning. That's a start that you didn't want to see for Bestia. Not even a little bit. So now you gotta figure out how that's gonna work. Do they try and press the matter? It looks like Mira has a lot more room to work with. And they got a okay loot, and it looks like some decent guns. How much really healings did Bestia get is the real question. No helmet or vest on Pippa. He has a first aid and 5 bandages. Joppa doesn't have any healing. He has a helmet. Vinny doesn't have a helmet or a vest. He has the same as Pippa had. Yeah. Looking rough here for Bestia. They are 1 point behind Toyo right now. And it could all fall apart with this one match against Mira. Question is it gonna come down to this one match? Is this gonna be the reason that Bestia loses to Toyo? Because of a hot drop against Mira. Oh, how quiet it has gotten. Shots go out. The first ones that we've heard. Quite a while. We are 4 minutes into this match. We have lost one team. Look at Aura rotating by. BL gets a knock onto Andrew, so 1 kill for Toyo so far. Throws the nade. Does it find any more? Hops out, but not all the way outside. So he's ready to shoot them. He takes down Excalibur. They weren't ready for this angle. Any kills that Toyo get right here will be very good. Zello Margiela just needs to try and hit one more shot. Biel just trying to tap fire away, and they take down all of Aura. Biel had taken down 3. And Caspitan comes in to clean up the last one. So Toyo start this one off with 4 kills, and that is going to be absolutely huge for Toyo. Try and stay in the lead with this one, especially with Bestia You're stuck up against Mira right now. And now Tony takes down Pippa. 2 players already knocked, only 1 player left. Japa. He has 30 bullets plus 24 in reserve. Tries to go for the shots, but LFP1 hits the headshots, and down goes Bestia. Now we gotta look towards 55 and Team Liquid. Who is gonna take home 3rd place in this one? Is it gonna be Team Liquid? Is it gonna be 55? Who is gonna get relegated? Right now, 4 Monkeys Men have actually dropped below Razav, and now they're in the drop zone. 7 Tellas, Aura, Cyril, Eros, and 4 Monkeys Men are the 4 teams that are currently down there. Razav getting taken down by 4 Dores right now. They just lost Nubsky, and they are only tied right now to be out of relegation. So they gotta be really careful how they fight in these matches, how they survive towards the end of this match, because they do not want to go down. Mira still, well, probably safe now that they've taken down Bestia and gotten themselves a few extra points. Before that, they were not really safe. They were in what I would call a tougher spot. But they will be good to go now. And Purdy takes down Nanu, so Team Liquid, they're doing what they can to try and climb up the leaderboard, but Purdy goes down right afterwards to Dwamzin. Alo going forward, he takes down 1, does get the flush, but now Team Liquid eliminated as Keter shoots him in the back. So Duel get involved. I didn't see how many kills Team Liquid got, but I gotta hope that 55 doesn't get anything. And at this point, it really is looking like a fight for the bottom. Duel looking over towards the members of AKA. There's only 2 of them left. Danshin trying to get out of there. Dwamzin gonna be the next one that has to leave. Nowick is still giving this info over, and we already saw Duel chase a team for the reses once, so do they already have players over near this res station? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. He's not right on the res station. I think this is... Oh, there's a Lynx over here. But you do have Keter... What is... Duel, how much space have you taken? Is that even safe? My goodness. Like, there is taking space, and then there's whatever the heck Duel is doing right now. A full 1-1-1-1 split. Mira's still out in the blue zone. Got Friendly Fire and Toyo close to each other. Cyril Harros are right towards the center, towards Chopsticks. It's going to be important for them to try and survive. 55 have the compound right next to Chopsticks. Friendly Fire are getting their positioning. Toyo going up to the hillside. And Pana has taken down Murillo, and it's a fight between Foradores and Rezav again. The shots are going out. Pana trying to find more. Did spot out one player, so he took down fully, going for more shots. What else can Pana find? He's already done so much. The nade gonna be coming out. He throws one in return. Neither player ends up finding anything. It looks like Pana wants to try and get the res onto Belay to get this back into a 2v2. Shots coming out onto Slabby from behind by Nevermind. Corridors, they don't really need these points, but both Rezav and Nevermind do. The shots come out from Pana. He does so much damage. Not able to find a knock, though. He has no more util left. Leda ends up flushing himself with the nade. Oh, Slabby was spotted there by Pana. I feel like wearing white, while also playing TPP, is not very effective. He tries to step out to the side, well, really crawl out to the side and take down Slabby, but is met with a couple of headshots, and down is Rezav. Nevermind, picking up a kill steal onto Foley. Will they be able to find anything else? Shots onto Slabby from Skatastico, but it was only one bullet. And it looks like Nevermind doesn't want to stick around for this. They're just gonna try and rotate into zone. Ooh, flare goes off. Now, is it going to be a BRDM, or is it going to be a crate? Personally, I prefer to choose crates as... Ooh, okay. We are fine. Car stalled out a little bit because you, messed with the engine a little bit too much, bouncing it off a rock. It does turn out fine. Now Mira, they're slowly making their way in. They're gonna pick themselves up a crate for their trouble of rotating in late. Haven taking quite a few shots. It doesn't look like Haven is actually gonna pick up whatever was in the crate or a weapon, unless his teammates scooped it up. But that would be pretty impressive, but I don't think so. You have Duel, you have 55, and you have Cyril Harros, all in this small little area. Nevermind, they have one kill right now. Puts them at 39 points. 4-0 at 44 points is looking better now, with the fact that there's so many teams kind of below 40 points right now, but they're also right on the edge, so it's still not even close to safe. Very much something you gotta worry about and be ready for. shots going out towards Batungas. Batungas, don't run over your teammate. Okay. Roy, you can only be here for so long. Somehow his 3 gear didn't take any damage. He has a mutant and a P90. They need to go over into the other chopstick as quickly as possible as Mira find one onto Godzin. So they haven't quite been the day 2 heroes that they were last week, shooting up the leaderboard. But they are at 49 points. They should be able to get themselves, comfortably stay in 9th place, I guess. I don't think they're going to be able to catch up to Foradores, who did get a res off, so they have 2 players flying in from above. The question is, where are they going to go? Not really a lot of space for them. Now it's just the rotate game. Where are people gonna go? $55 did somehow lose Karak. I feel like they've been here. Oh no, I guess they had to kind of get closer to Chopstick, so maybe in that small little transition they lost one. But Cyril Harros, though, gotta be very careful not to lose any to Nevermind, while also trying to do whatever they can. Craze makes it over here, but he doesn't go down. I thought for sure he was going to end up going down to that vehicle blown up, but he made it here with perfect timing. I feel like Cyril Harros really should have made their way over into the other one, but Paroy gets a knock onto Doffy. The res should come out onto that, and Maya gets 2 onto Toyo in the kill feed. As Skadastico makes it over into this other chopstick. Now you're going to see Duel trying to throw some nades over towards Watulans and Infinite Void to get the flushes. There we go. Flush onto 1 player. Infinite Void taken down by Lewis's nade, so they're picking up another kill right there. BRDM for Duel. Doffy still ends up getting res. I did not think that was going to happen, but they have a BRDM, so it's more than doable. Doing plenty of damage to it right now. As Lewis is in a tough spot, and oh no, the P90 just runs out into the open. A little bit of an overcommit right there by Pero. Lewis ends up going down. Now it's all on to Lincoln and Batungas. What can they do? Can they deal with Duel? Lincoln does not have enough ammo to deal with this BRDM. Batungas has a little bit more. You cannot get in a BRDM if someone else is in one. Shots going out, and as soon as Batunga's dead, Doffy steps out and he finds 2. Down goes Cyril Harros, and maybe their hope along with it. It's gonna be a close one between them and a couple of the other teams, especially where most of their kills came from, or most of their points came from kills. Words be hard. As Duel find even more, is Duel gonna have a last second send up the leaderboard? 9 kills for Toyo right now, easily first place back-to-back weeks. Hoorah. Headset just turned off randomly. That was weird. Shots coming out from 4 Monkeys Men onto Toyo. Toyo are just barely in on the edge of the map. 4-0. Just to the north of them, Duel. In the blue zone, it looks like right now. I don't know what they're going to be able to do from there. Mira still alive and kicking over on the eastern side of the zone. We have 7 teams alive, so that only accounts for 5 of them. Where are the other 2 teams? Get a quick overview of the map. We can see where everyone is. Oh, you have Friendly Fire. They're still alive. STX takes down Solds. This nade does a little bit of damage onto BL. He's trying to spot this player on the other side of the smoke, but he just can't seem to find them. Martin does find a knock onto STX. MHP finds one onto Martin. Solds is already knocked and taken out. 4 Monkeys Men steal the kill onto Martin. Doffy goes down to the blue zone. I believe it's just Nowick left. Caspitan was trying to find the shots onto Doffy, but 4 Monkeys Men finding even more onto Caspitan. And it's MHP and Moo to finish off the members of Toyo, as they are down in 7th place. Ooh, Bestia going out so early, easily taking away 1st place. Now the shots onto 4-0 from 4 Monkeys Men, who right now fighting at 14th place. Inside relegation. Is this gonna be their moment? Get as many points as possible. It's Foradores pulling up in a BRDM right in the middle of 4 Monkeys Men. But they make it into the building, and they're still alive. That nade does a good chunk of damage onto Fully. The Labby finishes off Duel with a nade. No, sorry, Slabby finishes off Whiteson with a nade. Sorry, Duel popped up at the same time the nade exploded. Man, messing with my head. STX does a lot of damage. So 4-0 has been able to sneak in here because of Foradores getting into this compound and dealing with 4 Monkeys Men. MHP goes down to Fast. Blue zone goes out. Should be able to get the flush. Ooh, Sweezy stuck on the vehicle a little bit. That's a big point right there. MHP going... Nope. There we go. MHP going down. Fully takes down Haven. Iron Sight Scar for Fully. I give him props. That thing is crazy to me. And, oof. Nade right onto Fully. Gonna be a tough spot for him now. What are they gonna be able to do? Friendly Fire somehow has the most central spot at this point, and Frogman spots out LFP1, gets the knock, gets the flush. And Foradores, they came in here, they stole this spot away, and until every other team is dead, they're going to be able to farm quite a few of them. Especially in 20 seconds when this zone is going to close. They're going to be the only team in on the very edge. Friendly Fire is just kind of living it out, waiting. Because that's all they need to do. As Fast takes down Moo, he does get Molotov. Lapeaks goes down to Murillo. Murillo just trying to get the pre-fire into Tony. Oh, Fast was spotted as well. Fast, just try and outlive one or two more teams. Get whatever you can out of this. Oh, Fast. Do it to him. Oh, no. He stopped placing it. I think he should have just tried to place down that C4, see what would have happened. But Foradores do end up taking down Mira. Fast is eliminated by 4-0. 4-0 has to move forward. 103 damage with that headshot. Quick peeks from Frogman. Isn't able to find a second one yet. But it is Murillo able to take down Sweezy. Now it's all onto STX. He goes down to the blue zone. 4v2 Foradores versus Friendly Fire. They have a BRDM. They have a BRDM. Roth does not have a helmet. Michael trying to make his way forward. I think that's a C4. Rolling towards Michael. C4 on the BRDM, question mark? Or was that just cover for later on? Did they roll that out as cover that they can go towards? Oh, Murillo takes a couple of shots. He has a bolty, so all it's gonna take is one shot. They might be able to try and turn things around. Oh, 43 damage is all he gets. Okay, BRDM is going forward now. I thought maybe he tried to roll vehicle forward. That BRDM instantly taken down. Frogman jumps out, trying to find the shots. It explodes, bounces up, but he stays behind it as it rolls. Now Murillo in the bushes, trying to spot out K-Mine's head. But it's Roth from the side to get the knock onto him. Frogman running backwards from the blue zone, from the side. Down he goes. P90 and Friendly Fire with only 2 kills to win the final match of the day. Foradores, they had 12 kills right there at the end. I'm curious to see how all the leaderboard ended up turning out. So we'll be waiting just a second. Wait for the updated leaderboards. All right, here we go. Final leaderboards. We have Toyo in first place with 153 points. Bestia in second with 142. Rounding out our top 3 is 55 with 114. Liquid only missed out by 3 points in fourth place. Then we go and look at the bottom. Team Rezav, Cyril Harros, Aura, and 7 Tellas are the 4 teams that are getting demoted. No way and never mind. Only survived by a point. If Rezav had gotten 1 more point, they would have actually gotten the tiebreaker over No Way. That's not what happened. And then towards the middle of our leaderboard, aka is rounding out our top 5 with 82 points. Foradores almost was the team that got up there. They're at 79 points. Duel is at 75. Friendly Fire at 73 before you drop off to the second half of our middle chunk with Mira 4-0 and 4 Monkeys Men. I mean, even the separation between Mira and 4 Monkeys Men is pretty drastic. And the next question is, who are the 4 teams that we are going to see coming to Division 1 from Division 2 in week number 3? We'll get to it in just a second. It kind of surprises me how bad Aura and Seven Tellas did after their showing last week. Granted that I think this lobby is maybe slightly, well, actually definitely tougher than last week's lobby, because you had 3 pro teams join. Furia did leave, but then you had 4 Dores join, and they're a very good team. The 4 teams joining us: Kill for Fun, Team Quesito, Team X, and Dream 1. Meanwhile, the 4 teams that we're going to see drop down into Division 3 is Hardpeak, not today, who were in Division 1 beforehand, Obliviate Gaming, and Rack 4 Sports. Towards the top half of the leaderboard for Division 2, you had Affinity, Error 404, and Old Players. So Old Players, maybe not doing great in Division 1, but they are doing decent in Division 2, so maybe we'll see them come back into Division 1 by week 4. Mullahs were down in 9th place in the middle of the leaderboard with AKM 1-0 and Easy Peasy Esports, and just outside of relegation for Division 2 you have Chivunk, Caution, and Team 0. What does the 3rd division look like? Who is coming in? Who getting eliminated? Should see you shortly. I've been talking too fast, going over everything. Blah, 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 blah. You know? It's like that. Or they even have a chance to finish with it. I'm just able to talk fast. Alright, 3rd division. Pop up now. Got the timing wrong still. Let's see. Alright, well, if it doesn't swap over to the 3rd division in like 10 seconds, I'm probably just... Oh, there we go. Alright, so for the 3rd division, going up into the 2nd division, we have Judas, Debbie Tirar, Mos Photos, Tayson, and 7 Feet. The 4 teams that you have eliminated is Breves, Crazy Boys, Cobras Fumantes, and Tropa do Ping Alto, with 2 of those teams not really showing up for most of the matches. Right outside of the top of the leaderboard, you had XX9, Legacy, Invictus, and Attackers. Your mid pack was Limbo, 8CM, Mullahs 2, Mira Ruim, and Insane and Dangerous. But that's where we're going to call it there for the day. Caspitan rounding out the top kills, Benya with the top damage, and Solds had the most assists. I hope you guys all had a wonderful time here. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.